everyone, and welcome to Lunch with Laura on this lovely, not so summer's day. A bit rainy outside, hence the boots and the jacket. Should be the middle of summer, but hopefully we'll get there. Yes, so today I'm actually managed to get back in the shop for this one. We've got a quiet changing room for a couple of hours, so we thought we'd jump in here and not stick me in the corner in the steaming room again. So I've got a few things that I want to go over today, as always, and I'll do the questions first. Now, we have had several questions which we are going to answer via either email or message, because they're really quite long and complicated and very, very specific to that particular person, so they're not sort of a general question. So we'll do that later. So anyone that sent in a question like that, we will message you later with your exact requirements and specifications. But one that is a more general question is about our bridesmaids and whether or not we have a good range of bridesmaid styles and sizes. Well, the answer to that is yes. We are working slightly differently to how we used to with our bridesmaids. We did used to have part of our out of one of our rooms actually put over just for bridesmaids. We had their own changing rooms in there, and the whole range of our bridesmaids were on display. Now, with COVID, obviously we've had to divide the shop differently, and that's meant that that area has had to go over to be a bridal room, and our bridesmaids have been taken off the shop floor and they are on our website. So every single bridesmaid that we have, that we stock and that we can order for you, is now upstairs on our mezzanine floor. We ask you as our customer to go onto our website, make a wish list of all the styles that you would like your girls to try on. We then pull those dresses for you, bring them down, and you see them for your appointment. It's worked absolutely fine. In fact, it's a little easier because you can sit with a glass of wine one evening with your girls, browse our website, have a look at all the different styles, and hear some of those objections and worries that your girls might have before you actually come into the shop. Back in the day when we had all the dresses, quite often it wouldn't be until girls were actually trying the dresses on that there would be one that would sort of confess that she was a little bit shy about showing her chest, or she didn't want her shoulders out, or she felt that she didn't sort of rack up to the other bridesmaids and felt less glamorous or older or whatever. Well, a lot of that comes out when you actually start talking to your girls. So if you're sitting down with that famous glass, always got to be a glass of wine, isn't it? Let's face it, with a glass of wine, and you're sitting looking at the website together, those objections will come out then. You can ask a few more sort of searching questions. People tend to be a little less embarrassed to tell you what they really think in that situation than they do when they're standing there in a dress that's 2 sizes too small for them and they've got their back hanging out and they're feeling uncomfortable. So it's actually worked out really well. Now, the thing about the sizes, every dress that we have upstairs is on our website, and it very clearly states on there what size we hold that sample in. So another good thing that you can do, girls, when you're looking at the dresses, is if you're a size 14, don't pick out all the size 8s, because you're going to be trying those dresses on when you come into the shop. So cut yourself some slack. By all means, if there's a style there that we only hold in a size 8 that you absolutely love, ask to see it. But also look at the sizes, pick out things that are in your correct dress size, or there or thereabout. I mean, if you're a 12 and you picked out a 12, if you're a 12 or a 14 and you pick out a 10 or a 12 or a 14 or a 16, you'd be fine. But obviously, if you're a size 8 and you're picking only the size 20s, you're going to have a problem when you come in, because we're going to have to wrap them around you twice, and vice versa. If you are a fuller size and you wear a size 20 on the high street, don't pick out all the size 8s, because you're not going to have a fun time when you've only got one leg in them when you come in the shop. So we put the sizes that we hold those dresses in on the website to actually assist you in your choice. Of course, they are all available to order in all the colours and in all the sizes, but we haven't got a warehouse, so unfortunately it is most of the time just one sample and one size and one colour in that particular dress that we hold. Some of them we do have in double sizes or double colours, but that's quite rare. So just have a look, make a sensible decision. Choose by all means things that are different sizes. If there is a specific style there that you all absolutely love, but it's not going to fit everyone, that's fine, but just come knowing that, so that it's not a shock when you come into the shop and all your girls have picked out all the tiny sizes or all the huge sizes, and then you can't try anything on. We do hold quite a lot of dresses in a size 18 and above, as you'll see on the website. So don't worry if you have got girls in your group or you're all full of figured girls. Hey, these dresses are for everybody. They're not just for one particular body shape. There will be styles there that you'll feel amazing in, just as you do in your everyday clothes. So sit down, spend a little bit of time. If you do your homework, you'll get the best out of your appointment. And as you know, we do hold virtually the complete range of Maury Lee bridesmaids dresses, and they are beautiful dresses and really good value for money. So with that, if you want to come in for a bridesmaid's appointment, just have a look before that and you'll be absolutely fine. So I hope that answers that question. Another question that we've had, obviously, since yesterday and Boris's pre-announcement for the 19th of July about masks, we are now obviously getting phone calls and emails and messages about, so what's going to happen at my appointment? Can we all not have a mask on? Oh, how wonderful, we don't have to wear masks anymore. Well, the truth is, yes, by law, nobody has to wear a mask, we think, after the 19th of July. But we, as a small business, have to be very, very sensible about this. COVID hasn't gone away, and by all accounts, the cases are rising every day. Some of us are double jabbed. I'm an old lady now, so I'm double jabbed and I'm fine, apparently. But most of our staff members are much younger than me and haven't had a jab or haven't had a double jab. Some of our brides won't have had that either. Our seamstresses are all in the most vulnerable age group, and although they have been double jabbed, who knows how that might affect them if they got sick. They may well have to self-isolate. It might mean that we would have to shut the whole shop down. If one of our staff members, one of the team members, one of our girls got ill, it would be absolutely unthinkable. Just think, if you were a bride coming up to your wedding and suddenly your seamstress calls you and says, I can't work on your dress because I worked on somebody's dress yesterday and they've just called me and told me that they are now self-isolating because they have COVID, the knock-on effect would be horrendous. So we are still going to be very, very cautious all the way through this summer and most likely into the latter part of the year. We can't force you to wear a face mask, but we would sincerely ask you to think about the consequences of not wearing one. You're supposed to be wearing the mask not so much to not catch it, but not to transmit it. And if we all think that we could all be a transmitter, then we've sort of got a bit of a social duty there to wear the mask, at least while we're in a fairly small and enclosed environment, which, let's face it, most wedding shops, and ours certainly are, our rooms aren't that big when you've crammed lots of people in. We're all on top of each other. We have to be up close and personal with you when we're changing you, when we're helping you put in another dress, or do you up at the back, or sort the front out, or for a seamstress to pin you. All of those things means that we do have to get close. So, I really would urge just a sensible approach to all of this. We won't be laying the law down and saying you absolutely have to or you're not allowed in the shop, but we would put that right back to you as our customer and just say, we really do have to think about this all together. We're dealing with time-sensitive things here, and we're dealing with huge emotions, and we're dealing with life moments and brides and their weddings. And I really do not want to be the person that has caused grief for anybody as far as transmitting that goes, or somebody not being able to get married, or somebody missing their fittings, or not having the service that they would want just for the sake of not wearing a mask. So I'm going to leave that one with you all and just hope that we can all be sensible about this going forward. And as far as dress cleaning goes, this is another little thing that we've been asked for recently. Do we do dress cleaning? Yes, we do. However, this year we are so busy with trying to get all these poor girls that were going to get married last year, and then we're going to get married just in the beginning of the year, and some are on their 3rd and 4th and 5th wedding dates, that we're very, very busy with our alterations and steaming at the moment to make sure that we fulfil all our obligations, get everybody done and dusted and out the door in time to get married. So we can't physically do any cleaning between now and September. So we would ask you, if you have got married and you want your dress to be cleaned and either boxed or picked up hanging again, you want to sell it on or you want to store it at home, that you give us a call and let's book you in the diary for a drop-off in September. Then you've done it, you haven't got to think about it again, and we can then program that in, because that diary for the drop-offs is now getting busy, and that's the reason that I'm bringing it up now, because I can see we're going to have a problem even just getting everybody in September to get their dress cleaned. If you are lucky enough to be having 2 parties and you're going to get married and then you need the dress for the next week, we will make an exception. So we're not going to say no to someone who desperately needs their dress for the next week, or if you've been lucky enough to be one of those very fortunate brides that's had their wedding abroad and now does have a party in the UK, we will still do that for you, so don't worry about that. This is just normal weddings that have taken place, and then you want to keep your dress all nice and keep it at home. To you girls, I say, give us a call. Let's get you in the diary for September, and then we can get that sorted for you at a later date. What else did I want to say? The bar. What did I want to say about the bar?
Someone asked if you talk about the bar for a
while. Somebody's asked if I talk about the bar. Well, I'll always talk about the bar if you want me to. I wasn't going to actually say anything this week, so I thought I banged on a little bit too much about it last week. And as we are actually a wedding shop and not a bar, I thought perhaps it was time to bring it back to the bridal. But the bar's been going very well. On Saturday we opened our full range of drinks that we will. I'm actually just going to go and get this. This is really cute. So we now have a drinks menu in the shop, and you can't see it from there, but I think actually it is going to go onto our website at some point. Just exactly what we do and all the prices. And it was very, very popular. Saturday was amazing. We did all sorts of things, and the mocktails have been going down very well as well, our Bellissima babies. Yeah, it's here to be enjoyed. You can have a little drink after your appointment with us, or if you've ordered drinks during your appointment and you haven't finished them, we have a lovely area outside that you can sit and watch the world go by. It's a lovely sort of little cafe area outside, so you can take your drinks and carry on your appointment after your appointment and still just finish your drinks there. Or if you wanted to and you've got an appointment at midday and you want to come 2 hours earlier and have a drink out there before, you can do that too. Just give us a call, we can get that sorted for you, and you're more than welcome to sit at the tables outside and have a little meet up and a drink before you come in for your appointment. And when I say drink, it doesn't have to be alcohol. We do also have a really great range of Starbucks coffees, we've got hot chocolate, obviously the water and Coke and things like that, so it doesn't have to be alcoholic drink. Obviously having a little glass of champagne or Prosecco just before or after your appointment to celebrate is definitely the way to go, according to me. So yeah, if there's any other questions you have about the bar, then let me know. But yeah, that's it, and I hope that's talked about the bar enough. We've tried to keep on the pink theme as well, so we do pink gin, and our Bellissima baby is rather pink. We've got a lot of pink fizz here, which has been going down well. Other colours are available, but the pink has seemed to be, and rosé does seem to be the thing of the season. So we've obviously run with that, and I'm sure you'll find something to your taste when you come. I'm going to talk about one other thing before I go on to the dress of the week, and that is a very, very clever lady called Maria Ique. She goes under the name of Maria Callisto on Instagram, and she's a young lady that has her eyes very firmly set on the world of fashion and lingerie. Very, very talented. She makes things out of nothing. She's a really lovely lady, and I would urge you to go onto Instagram, Maria Callisto, and follow her. She's also started a project to help women and girls that are in period poverty. So they are, anybody that has a problem with being able to afford sanitary stuff, which, we are so lucky. You can't even imagine that there are people like that can't afford to actually look after their own bodily functions, that haven't got the opportunity, that have to have the embarrassment of that every month. It beggars belief that in this day and age there are still people and girls and women that have to go through that horrendous time. So she has started up a project called the Trinity. The Trinity Project, and that is actually on. She's got it on
crowdfunder,
I think it is. If you go on to Crowdfunder and put in the Trinity project, you will see that there's a little bit of information there, and she's just asking for donations. She would really like to get this up and running, and I really can't sort of recommend her more as a human being. She's a great girl, so have a little look on there. I think Lily's are you just checking?
I'm going to put it all on.
Right, so Lily's going to put all the information after, so you can have a look at the link and everything and go through. I've donated, really, it's just, you know, even just £5, £10, something towards it would go such a long way. And I can't recommend this project enough. So enough said about that. I'm going to go on to something a little bit nicer, which is this amazing dress of the week. So on Saturday we actually do have a Kenneth Winston designer day. It was all a little bit last minute, and so some of the girls that are booked in on Saturday don't even know that we have the designer day, and I have to say that the dresses aren't on our wish list, so they won't have been picked for wish lists. They're not on the website. One of the reasons is because it's the new collection, and I don't actually have any photos to share with anyone of the new collection. So if you are lucky enough to come in on Saturday, you're going to get an absolute bonus, because you're going to see next year's collections in store. And it's a great time to bag a dress that no one else will have seen, including us, because I'm going to get to see them on Friday. So nobody has seen these dresses yet. By all accounts, they're an absolutely beautiful collection, or they will have to be, because they've come from Kenneth Winston. And Kenneth Winston dresses, they're not the cheapest in the world, I will say that, but for what you get, the quality and the actual standard of the beading, the way they fit, the lushness of the ingredients, if you like, of each dress, absolutely worth the money when you actually look at what you're getting. Also, they are that company that if you do want more buttons down the back of the dress, or an extra foot put on the train, or something slightly tweaked on that dress, they will just go, yeah, we can do that. So it's a great company, when you are just looking to have that slightly more bespoke without going down the made to measure route, but just something that you think, oh, I'd love this dress if only it did X, Y or Z. Most likely a Kenneth Winston will fill that bill for you. So without further ado, I'm going on to the 1818, so that's 1818 Kenneth Winston. She hasn't got a name, she's got a number. I know it sounds a bit like a prisoner number, but it really isn't. It is the most exquisite dress. She is so typical of what everybody thinks a wedding dress should be. She's sleek, strapless, sweetheart neckline, got a little bit of beading on the bodice. It's not overly blingy, but it just twinkles beautifully, if you can see, but there's like a little cutaway inside that neckline, so you've got that plunge, but you haven't got that plunge. The back is amazing. It's boned and it's sort of sheer all the way down. It's got this really pretty, you can see it like angled down, so it's just really flattering. It takes your waistline away, so it actually makes from the back your waist look tiny, because it goes right down in a V, but it's not at all revealing, and it just really, it just gives you the most amazing silhouette. And I don't know if you can see from there, but I'm just going to come round that. The train is something else, and this, if you like a train on a dress, oh my goodness, I'm just going to do that. I don't know if you can even see it. We have a reel of this, and we will put the reel up in a day or so that you will be able to see this dress in all its glory. But look at that for a train. It's absolutely beautiful. The button's all the way down. It's got a shaped train. It has an absolute life of its own. So beautiful. This dress will work for weddings abroad, would work for a cathedral wedding with a lovely long veil. You could put a little shrug with it. It would work for a winter wedding because it's got a little bit of crepe. Whatever you throw at this dress, it's going to take it, and it's absolutely lovely. And that is why it's actually probably, I know I say this every week, but I think this might be my favourite. And she's definitely our dress of the week, if not our year. And we love working with Kenneth Winston, so if I could kiss her, I would. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, happy lunchtime, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.